You know, the thing is, we look at this guy and like he's a complete headache. He's one hell of a basketball player, too, my friend.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the problem. You know, probably the problem is he's a good basketball player, and they act like this. Anyone else who couldn't play basketball would have been sent to the loony farm at this particular time. I'm going to tell you that now. So I don't think Sandiford-Artest knows what exactly he's doing or talking about, and that's a shame because he is a good basketball player. But at the same time, I guarantee he's sitting around, yeah, I want to go to New York, not knowing anything about salary caps and everything else. Well, I want to go to New York. Just like I wanted to, let me tell you, the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life, I want to take time off to do my rap album.
Yeah, well,
promote my record.
This guy is worse than Terrell Owens.
How's the label
think about it, he's worse than Terrell
Oh,
Owens.
man, he sold 6 records. He gave 4 of those away. Come on. Yeah,
Ouch,
CD.
Dave.
Come on. The guy is out in another world. And God bless you, because I hope he gets together, because he's coming off as being an idiot. I'm sorry to say such a thing like that, but he doesn't know what's going on. And everybody say, well, we don't know genius till the past time. No, he's not a genius. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing or where he's going the next time. And I'm telling you right now, he just happened to be a good basketball player. And for some reason, in the world we live in today, we seem to cater to anyone that can play a sport for us. Because I said this a long time ago. We have become, in this country, we will hire a murderer if it helps us win a ball game. That's how bad we've gotten in sports. And that's just the bottom line.
Hello. I don't know what I have to add to that, but I'll try.
It's the bottom line, and we know it.
Right.
Yep.
We know it. You know, we sit here and talk about our sports and everything else. We do things that we never did before. Man, please take me back to the past. Old school, all you guys that talk about old school, take me back to old school, because this is crazy out here
even
today.
old school, though, there were guys doing stuff.
Man, doing stuff, but not to the point of what's going on now.
But did we cover it the
Let
way
me
that
tell
we
you
cover
something.
stuff
They did
now?
stuff, but Jakes, let me tell you something. You were going the next day. There wasn't that many guys that hung around. They let you go the next day because you had too many guys ready to take your place in that
Now,
situation.
So
But
the
the money has
guaranteed
gotten, I owe you so much money that I got to put up with this.
Now, how many, if we go back to the 60s and 70s, how many contracts were guaranteed, do you think?
None that I know of,
basis?
except for Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, and a couple of these guys. We had to go out there with broken fingers. Yes, I'm talking old school again, and everything else. And then they used to tell us, get out there or lose your job. They used to tell me I was so unfriendly. You just ask Reggie Theus when they came to camp and stuff. Yeah, you're taking my job, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give it up for you. We'll get friendly after you make this roster. Then we can get on down, because I want to keep
after
my
we
job.
make this roster.
Yeah, thank you. Because I want to have the opportunity to knock you on your face to keep my job if I had to. So you can't do that being friendly.
You never had more than 1 year?
But I never had anything guaranteed.
Yeah.
Not one contract guaranteed in 11 years I played, because they would not guarantee it. But once again, I'll give them this. The guys are playing today. I don't know how I would act if I had $50 million in the bank guaranteed. I got to be honest with you.
Well, it seems
I
to
wouldn't
be,
know how I would act.
Seems to be more and more of a concern in all of professional sports, because you know, it's a little bit harder to find that motivation when that 60 or 63 mil though is staring you in the face. Anyway, tonight when the Raptors take on the Bulls, they'll get to see if they some backbone after they got lit up by Kobe Bryant for 81 points the other day. My point has been the last couple of days, Norm, is this. When I look back on great performances, and this was an outstanding performance by Kobe Bryant, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But when I look back on Michael's 63 against the Celtics in the 86 playoffs, that to me was a truly great performance in a pressure cooker type of a situation.
Right.
You guys agree, disagree?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. There's a difference with that. But to tell you about today's basic, I remember Stackhouse scored 50-something points here in Chicago. Our team was sitting on, led by Crawford, who I like as an individual, cheering this guy on who's on the opposition. Woo, did you see that dunk? I would have, if Coach, I would have gone down there and beat the hell out of every last one of them. You go out there and stop the guy from scoring 50. What kind of embarrassment is that? Well, that's today's game, man, honestly. No, I would foul out before I let you get that.
You
many
get your
points.
full 6.
No, I'm going to get it, and if you let me play by our rules, you are going to get hit on that third straight shot. Sorry, and if I don't do it, let me see who's on the bench. You get it. Well, it won't be Matty Gukas, but we'll get somebody in there to come in and get shot. Well, Matty's my man, but he wouldn't go in there when it got nasty.
But how many times does that happen in the NBA? I mean, I'm sure
Because,
you see it in
first
the
of all,
National Hockey League, you see it in baseball, you see it in football, that nobody likes to get
But
embarrassed. Do you
basketball-
see that in the NBA?
Basketball, you get fined today. You get suspended today. You can't do it. Remember Juwan Howard in the playoff game?
But this
Seriously,
this is a penance compared to what they're getting paid.
Well, I'm just saying, Juwan Howard, especially with the rules today, you used to come behind the pick, and I used to get the foul you right away. Today, with the spacing, you have to go a long way to maybe foul a guy. Juwan Howard, I think, took somebody out at San Antonio a couple years ago in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, because he had to go such a long way to get to him to foul him, just to you know, get him off rhythm. So it's a big difference how we play defense and what we're allowed to do because we're a lot closer to boom, hit you, do what you got to, grab you, whatever it is. But when you got to go 5, 6 feet,
Could you do a demonstration on the
well, you get ready to shoot.
I got this for like 3 years with you.
But only you're not here. We're
I
going up
wasn't taking
there.
a jump shot.
Yeah. So there's a big difference in how we approach the game or what we're allowed to do in the game of
Did you
basketball.
watch that
now-
Kobe game?
Yeah. What's that?
Did you watch that Kobe game?
No, I didn't. I don't, the Toronto in that group.
You're not a big fan of Toronto Raptors. Hey, and talking about the Kobe Bryant effort against the Raptors, it brought to mind what the NBA was like back in the day. With that in mind, folks, we were digging through the archives and came up with some old footage. Check this one out. Look at, first of all, the shorts. High socks. Oh, yeah, baby, we're rolling.
And you know what? On the way back, if you don't tell me good pass, you won't get it again.
Oh, look at that sweet jumper.
Hey, just
Oh, man, that jumper was sweet as
I
church
had a little
music.
game. Come get that.
Going to the hole. Check out the afros, too. This is a great thing right here.
Yeah,
Sweet, Norm. Now we dug even further, and we found this. Check it out, Norman.
Don't tell me.
Oh, set shots, everybody. This looks like the Michael Jordan commercial.
Yeah.
By the way, Norm's number 13.
That is with the.
Who is this for?
I thought we were looking at Hershey
Now, that's
Park
his
Arena.
high school.
That's
his
my high school.
Wilt
game.
Oh, that's my high school, New Brighton High School, Midland High School where I went. But yeah.
Classic.
See, how do you guys like that? Isn't that a beautiful thing? Back in the
That's
video
some fine
archives, my
research.
friend.
Could have scored 81 there.
Well, Norm, thanks so much for stopping by. We greatly appreciate it.
By the
Look
way,
forward to seeing you next week.
If you're going to get the Stones theme song from me, you ain't going to make an angel out of me. There you go.
That sounds great.
That's what
I
I'm
was going to get Shaft. But, no, you got it, though.
She has
All
a
right.
bad mother. Oh, watch
Shut your
mouth.
mouth. Let's take another time out when we return, though. We're going to talk to comedian Jake Johansson, so don't go anywhere.